Angela, you're in my sewing room. We're sewing today on the Vintage Daisy. We call it the Petals Quilt around here. Vintage Daisy pattern from Missouri Star. And I don't have a whole lot of time today. But you know me. We gotta do a little bit of this every day. So I thought you might like to do a petals, just a one block with me real quick. Would you like to do that? Okay. All right, so we've got our cornflower background, and I just pressed the finger press. I folded it in 4s so I could find my center. That's all I did. And yes, that was a tip from multiple viewers who just about went into shock when I got my ruler out to measure the center of a square. And drew the lines and blah, blah, blah. And they were like, why don't you just fold it in 4s, finger press it, there's your center. And so that's what we're doing. Okay, anyway. So, I was trying to get a little bit caught up this weekend on fabric, getting this stuff cut, and I didn't. But I don't know about you, but I had a pretty fantastic weekend, and we really didn't do a whole lot. I mean, we did a whole lot around the house, like we accomplished a whole bunch of stuff, but like we didn't really go out and do anything spectacular. Okay. I think I want these over here. So I'm doing, this is so wild for me. This is so wild. I'm not usually this crazy. I'm usually this crazy, but I'm not usually this wild crazy with my fabrics. So this is going to be fun. Okay. So I'm doing this blue, this one and this one for the petals, and this for the center. So that's what we're doing. And actually, you can't be all cockamamie like this. You got to do it right. So you want the tip at the edge about, I always say like an inch and a half or so from the edge, because remember, you're going to sew this, you're going to bind it. I don't like to, I think they said in the pattern like a half an inch. So, anyway, Saturday we did some stuff around here, and then went out to Villages. I think I probably talked about it on my live. Great shops, all the stuff that we, not all the stuff, but a lot of the same stuff, shopping-wise, and, you know, that kind of thing that we were very used to before we moved. But our area is just a little bit more rural and doesn't really have that much of that stuff. So we went over there, went to Hobby Lobby. Oh yeah, I told you guys on Sunday. If you watch the replay from our Sunday live, because Steve waited in the car. People had such sweet things to say about him. Tell you what, he's a sweetie. He is a sweetie. And this one presents an interesting, see, I cut it a little bit off, and there was a little bit of the pinking showing. So I could have just kind of sat these a little bit different, like orientated them a little bit different. If you've got ones like that, I probably should have done that, but I didn't. If you have ones like that where you've made like a boo-boo, if you set it as the base petal, you'll hide it. Because the petals that go kind of in the corners will cover up, you know. Likewise, if you make an error or a boo-boo on your circle, on your points, like if you have a point that it wasn't long enough or you didn't cut it right or whatever, put it towards the center. Why? Because your circle will cover it up. Okay. See what I mean? Like the most time that you're going to spend on this quilt, in my opinion, is either getting the fabrics, you know, drawing the stuff and cutting out the shapes, or when you are sewing down your applique, when you're sewing down the pieces, the little bits. I don't know if I like that. Do you like that? You probably like it. I mean, the way I said that, you probably like it, but I don't like it. Let's go for it. Why not? All right, just live on the edge. Okay, ready? So see, we've now placed them all down. Okay, and I'm going to go back to my statement. I got the glue and stuff, but I like the Heat and Bond light. So I like using the Heat and Bond because it just makes it, in my opinion, like when you're cutting this stuff out, it just gives it a little bit of stability so that you can hold it and cut it out. You know, when you're just cutting out the fabric. Now, if you're a super experienced quilter, or sewer, or appliquer, or cutter person, that may not bother you. But I like to be able to hold it, you know, in my hand with a little bit of kind of structure to it. So I like using the Heat and Bond. Just all there is to it. See? And it gives it just, okay? Do as you wish. Do what you want to do. Okay, here we go. I hope you guys like these colors because it's going down now. So, in for a penny, in for a pound. Whew. Lots of things. Just lots of things I'm working on right now. And it frequently on Mondays where I get... do you get that? I just get a bit anxious. And inevitably what happens is I let my anxiety kind of get the better of me. And it's usually kind of work-related, you know, other stuff. This doesn't really give me a whole lot of anxiety. I mean, it gives me some anxiety because I want to make sure that I put, you know, that when you and I come together that, you know, there's something of value or at least of humor. At least something worth your 20 minutes. Anyway. But a lot of times I let it get the better of me so that it takes me like Tuesday to kind of regroup myself and refocus myself. And I hate that. I just hate it. This one's gonna look cute. So what did you do this weekend? Did you do anything fun yesterday? We worked in the yard yesterday. Steve was committed that the last 2 piles of dirt in the yard were going this weekend, period. And he shoveled like, I don't know, like they were chasing him. That's how he shoveled. And you can't believe it. He got both and I helped with some of the shoveling, but he got both of the piles gone, both of the piles of dirt gone. We got it all spread out in the yard where we need it. He got a bag of seed down. He got fertilizer down this morning. He got the entire driveway pressure washed because there was just dirt and clump and stuff all over the place. And then, you get the rain, you get a little bit of rain and it turns into like just glue out there. And so there was that. And then got the whole thing pressure washed. Seed down. Just an ungodly amount of work. Do you know what, man? Does it feel good at the end of the day? It felt so good. Our driveway looks so nice. Oh, okay. Are you ready for the reveal? That one, okay, it came out cool. It came out good. It came out cute. Didn't it? Those are fun colors. Well, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure, but I am now. That one came out cool. Okay, so what uh-oh. Now, most people are like, okay, it doesn't matter. You're going to stitch them down. I know, but I like the points to be pressed down. So we got 2 done. I've got to, hopefully I can kind of get stuff off my plate a little bit, maybe tonight. And then tomorrow I'll be able to get through a few more squares. I've got to order more of this cornflower color. They were out of it. Oh no! It's coming back up. I think I reverse activated it. Yikes. I don't want that to happen. It's probably a good, oh. Application. I made notes for myself on the back of this glue thing. And then I left them in here. Anyway, so that's good. You can stitch them down anyway. That's Minnie. God only knows. Don't ask. I have no idea what she's barking at. Okay. I'm hoping I can get a couple more of these kind of laid out and cut up so that tomorrow we can get through two more blocks. And I'm hoping tomorrow or Wednesday I'll be able to find, I'll just run over to the store and grab a couple more. I think Madeline and I did the math, and I think ultimately you're going to need, at 16-inch squares, you're going to need 4 yards for the background, for these background squares. So that's what you're going to need. Yeah, I did kind of. Okay. I like it. Wow. That's, if you knew my well, you do know my personality for the most part, and yet I am still pretty tame when it comes to colors. But that is cool. Coolio. Okay. So put that one there. I'll get some more of these. I'll get the ones that I've done the heat and bond to. I'll get them at least drawn out and, in my spare time tonight and get some more of these ready to go so that we can keep moving this project along. And we've got some announcement stuff that we're going to do coming this week. Some new stuff that we've been working on and that we're adding to the channel. So hopefully you'll catch that and hopefully you'll like it. That's all we can hope for. Those. Holy cow. I hope you have a fantastic evening. It's not very long today. I don't really have any more ready to go. Like, I don't have any more cut. Although, I probably could cut this one while I'm sitting here because this one is, oh no. I needed some of that heat and bond for the butterflies. I'm getting lots of, I know, I was almost going to say goodbye. But I may as well cut a couple more of these things really quick. I saw the preview for the Downton Abbey movie. Good. Gonna be good. Here's my other problem. I guess you probably are using a heavier pen, like a Frixion, the washable pen. Because God, I can hardly see my lines on this back of this thing. You know, my draw lines when I'm not using the heat and bond. It does eliminate a step though. It does eliminate ironing on the heat and bond. And the butterfly fabric, well, now that's an idea. The butterfly fabric is, you know, there's only one piece. There's only that one thing that you need per block. And I don't have a whole lot left. And it's a bigger surface area. So I could probably just, you know, glue stick or glue them down. And it would probably give it a really nice hand, wouldn't it? Wow. Maybe I should do that for the butterflies. And stop supporting the heat and bond business. Oh, just quite out of sorts today. Quite out of sorts today. And I gotta go plan dinner. Or at least make sure that there is dinner stuff at some point. That will be next. Oh no, where's the circle? Oh no. Oh. Did I use it on there? I did. Okay. How did I do that? How did I get it to stay on? You know the problem with this Petals quilt is, once you get a couple of these things cut out, you're just itching to see how it's going to look. And so you're dying to just start putting it down, and then you are not dying to just keep cutting stuff out. This one was a mess, and so I had to redraw it. But that's my biggest selling commercial for the heat and bond. I am not sponsored by Heat and Bond or by any piece of paper. I wouldn't mind being. And just so you know, and I'll do a video this week and talk a little bit about it. But our next goal, if you can believe it, listen, I was shocked when we hit 200 subscribers on this channel. I didn't imagine that there were 200 people that would want to come by and listen to me or watch this. And when we hit 1,000, I couldn't fathom it. People who have millions and millions of subscribers, it's unbelievable to me. Anyway, our next goal, we're almost at 2,000 now, and our next goal is 5,000. And I'm going to tell you later this week the specifics about that. But at 5,000, there is a particular company that we can become kind of partnered with. But you have to have 5,000 subscribers first. And so we're very, very excited for that because it will mean some fun projects and some fun fabrics and some fun things and discount codes, I think. And so we're super excited for that. So don't forget, please, to like, subscribe, and share the channel out. If you know somebody that likes to quilt or likes to, craft, while I'm sitting here doing this, you don't have to be sewing. You can, wow, why does this one feel, must be the Ultra. Oh, good. You're wrong too. Fantastic. Here's the other thing with the heat and bond. Like if you make a mistake, it's super easy. I think I mentioned this the other day. It's super easy to just erase it and redo it. Or you don't even have to erase it. You can just, draw over it and, like we're going to have to fix this one. No time like the present. And the reason is because when you do the top, when you do the top, you have this circle over here. So the circle, if you're looking at this right, I don't know how reversed it is on video. So the circle should go in the top right-hand corner, okay? If I'm pointing at the top left-hand corner, ignore that. I'm telling you, the top right-hand corner should be the circle. Then in the top left-hand corner, you want to take the petal and do the petal almost, you want to tuck it up I'm going to show you this one, but it's a bad example because I'm correcting something else. I'll just erase the old one. Okay. It should get tucked up in that top left-hand corner. Tucked up there, okay? Horizontally and tucked up as far as you can. And then the ones on the bottom will sit pretty nicely. In fact, I'll show you one that I did that's a good example that was laid out correctly. This one's perfect. Top right-hand corner, circle. Top left-hand corner, one petal kind of nudged up into the corner as much as you can. And then this one over here, you want to offset it to the, you want to kind of angle it over here to the, again, pushed up to the edge. And then the one in the center is almost up and down. It's pretty close in the center. And then this one over here, you want to tuck that top point kind of up towards the circle, and then it angles down. So I hope you guys can see that. Because it took me a while to play with it, or to realize that you really have to be, because of the size of the petals and the size of the circles, you want to be pretty accurate. I grabbed the wrong one to start cutting, and I started cutting on the wrong lines. Okay, let's just see if we can fix this one. But again, if you're new or not new and you're like me and you're probably going to make mistakes, I think that the heat and bond is helpful because the back is paper. You can just draw on it. This is going to be tight. It's going to be really tight. Let's see if we can salvage it. But again, like that's the good thing about this quilt, about this pattern, is that you can, if you make mistakes, if you make mistakes kind of on the body of the petal or on the points, it's okay. Because there's plenty of opportunities to hide them. Shockingly enough. And also remember that if your lines are a little bit kind of jaggedy, or you know, they're not really super smooth lines, especially if you get going fast, you're gonna stitch these down, so that'll get hidden too. I gotta start looking at the patterns, the stitch patterns, to see what I want to stitch this down with. I'm gonna cut this out of here because it's flopping over. Okay, well, at least we saved this one. Oh, good. At least this one's done. I've been passing over that one this today and not finishing it because I knew I had messed it up. And now it's done. Now it's fixed. Yahoo! I think I'm going to put a lasagna in the oven. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. You know why? Because I can stick it in the oven and I don't have to think about it. My grandmother rolling over in her grave because I'm going to use a frozen lasagna. You know it. Is that enough of a reason for me to stop using a frozen lasagna? Sorry, Grandma. Okay. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Look at that. I got 2 things ready for tomorrow. Bada bing, bada boom. We're having lasagna for dinner. That's off. Okay, folks. Have a fantastic evening. Have a fabulous morning tomorrow. And go do something fun tonight. Or sit and do something quiet tonight. Mondays are a good night for quiet things. Just, that's what I do on Monday nights. I get myself worked into a real tizzy. And then I just, Monday night comes and I'm like, okay, just calm down. Don't panic. Tuesday is a new day. I love you guys. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. And remember, only a 1/4 inch seam. I love you guys. Bye. See you tomorrow.